Are you ready to launch your career to new heights? Visit careers.dish.com/technician now and uncover a world of exciting opportunities waiting just for you. From cutting-edge technology to a supportive work environment, Dish has everything you need to thrive. Don't wait any longer to kickstart your next opportunity. Apply today and join the Dish family where innovation meets opportunity. Visit us online at careers.dish.com/technician. Your future starts now.
A common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
And now coming in, the markets are up, markets are down. Who do we have? Steve Moore. Steve with more money on Saturdays between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. What the heck is going on? Is the interest rates going to go down a half a point, a quarter point? What's going on?
I'm going to guess a quarter point. I'm going to go with a quarter point, but I don't know. The markets seem like they think it's going down a half a point because it was, the Dow was up a lot today. But, look, I think so much of what happens with the economy, I'm a political economic guy. I think it depends on what happens with the election. And, I don't think Trump did his best in the debate, but he survived it. He's still ahead in the polls. I think people are getting a little bit more bullish that Trump is going to win, and we're going to make those tax cuts permanent, Rita, the ones, you know what I'm talking about. We're going to, produce more American energy. We're going to try to get government off the back of business, and those are all things that are bullish for the market. But, John, I'm betting a quarter point. What are you betting?
Well, I am an optimist. I think the economy needs a half a point to get the real estate back. The real estate
You
industry.
love easy money, John. No, but look, there's no question that the inflation rate has come down. If you look at commodity prices, what's oil at now, John? $73, $74 a barrel or something?
I mean, it was down to 65, 66, and all of a sudden 70, 71 again.
Yeah. So I think that everybody's kind of anticipating what's going to happen in this election because, as I put it, Rita, Trump is on Venus and Kamala is on Mars when it comes to the economy. I mean, you couldn't think of two people who would be more diametrically opposed in terms of what they want to do. But I will tell you this with certainty. If Kamala was elected and if we had a $4.5 trillion tax increase on capital gains and unrealized capital gains and dividends and businesses, I just think it would wreak havoc on the economy. I really do. Well, John, you're on the front lines. I mean, can the economy absorb a $4.5 trillion tax increase?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Kamala Harris is getting so many votes. Governor Patterson wanted to say something.
So, Steve,
hi, Governor.
How are you, Steve?
You're one of my favorite guys, so I'm honored to be on with you.
Well, thank you. I think that it's unfortunate that last week you gave this example on your show of what would happen if someone had $100,000 and they wanted to start investing it. And, of course, with the 28% tax, the money would, disintegrate, plus the 3% surcharge would go down to 67%. Yeah. And you showed how someone could actually make an investment, make no money out of it, and yet pay the taxes as if they had made a lot of money out of it. And I couldn't help but think of you when Kamala Harris started talking about her small business plan. And as far as I know, that they have created more red tape than that she says she's going to cut.
Well, first of all, John, I'm just so honored that the governor is listening to more money. So that just made so thank you. I mean, that makes
he's cornered the market.
That's fantastic news. So I'm going to even try harder now, knowing that influential people like you are listening to the show. You're exactly right. So I walk people through the math here, and I won't do it again. I'll just say that if you make a $100,000 investment, you have to pay the capital gains tax, the corporate tax, the income tax. You could be paying 70% of that gain would go to the government, and you'd only get it to keep 30%. And I'm here to tell you that's going to really discourage a lot of investment in small startup businesses that are risky. Who's going to take that risk? Is if they could easily lose all their money, but if they win, the government takes 2/3 of it, John. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. It's going to prevent risk taking in the economy. And you're right, by the way. I just fell over when I heard that Kamala Harris said, I'm going to give regulatory relief to small businesses. She's the one with Biden who want to get rid of the franchise system where people can start a business by having a Wendy's or a McDonald's franchise. They want to get rid of that.
Yep. Hey,
So
before we let you go, Steve, real quick, the thing that's making all the headlines is him saying yesterday, President Trump, no taxes on overtime. Really quick,
Yes.
your reaction, really quick.
I like it. My first job, you ready for this, Rita? $4 an hour working at a warehouse outside of Chicago. And so I would work overtime so I could get $6 for those, because I was getting time and a half for overtime. But look, I think I'd like your guys' view, but I think if people work overtime and, working really hard, I think they deserve a tax break. What do you say?
Yeah, I say yes. I was a paper girl early on. I had a really good route. I was pretty good at it. I'm talking to Ed.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes.
Thank you, Steve Moore. Thank you
Okay,
so
guys,
much.
have a great weekend tomorrow, 1 to 3, John.
I
More
got
money
it.
on WABC. We're live. We don't have the boring programming.
Larry
like
Kudlow from
commercials.
10 to 1.
Yeah, it's amazing. What an afternoon.
Thank
It
you.
is the
Take care,
best.
guys.
Thank you, Steve.